As we go throughout the next couple of days, the scattered snow chances will continue, so get prepared for additional impacts. We're not looking at another round of widespread blizzard-like conditions with the rounds of clipper systems we've had, just more scattered nuisance snow as we go throughout the morning right into the afternoon and evening. Here's a live look on radar right now, looking at the lingering lake effect snow flurry still falling right now over the Menor, Chardon, northern Geauga County, over to Trumbull County, right along the stretch of I-90 as you get closer to Ashtabula County line. Just south of North Madison, right along 322. Traffic is looking okay from Chester over to Orville, also along Auburn to Parkman. Just looking at some dancing little flurries activity right now, but nothing too organized. When it comes to the wind speeds, still looking at gusts could get as high as 20 to 25 miles an hour. So blowing, drifting snow. Still a likelihood near the lake shore, and we're still watching out for some lingering lake effect snow showers. They're still going in the upper Great Lakes, so that's going to be a likelihood with this northwest flow that will continue to flow in our direction. So downwind could see some additional lake effect snow for this morning. And then for this afternoon, we're going to be looking out for this another round of scattered to widespread snow showers that will be zipping through the lower Great Lakes and should be arriving as we get closer at 3 and 4 o'clock for this afternoon. Here's a live look. We should be in for a little bit of sun as we get closer to daybreak for this morning. Meanwhile, temperatures holding steady in the teens with feel-like numbers in the single digits, nearing zero for this morning. And then clouds fill back in as we approach lunchtime for this afternoon. Here's your National Design Bar hourly forecast. Still picking up on a little bit of lake effect snow off to the east, then lifting up as we introduce more of a westerly wind as we approach lunchtime. This is midday temperatures still in the teens with single-digit wind chills. And then as we get closer to 4 and 5 o'clock, here comes that clipper system, a fairly weak one, but still producing some light to moderate snow showers as we get closer to your evening ride home. So this could definitely slow down travel for the evening ride, and then turning more lake effect as we get closer to pre-dawn for tomorrow morning. Lingering for tomorrow morning, right into the early afternoon, we see winds return from the west and eventually from the southwest, and that's going to lift up the lake effect snow band for tomorrow afternoon. Between then and now, we could see a good coating of snow with the clipper system for this evening, and then with the lingering lake effect snow for tomorrow morning into the afternoon. The snow belt area could see an additional 1 to possibly 5 inches of additional snowfall as we go throughout today, going into your Friday evening. So we get the lake effect snow out of here for tomorrow evening. High pressure slides in. Then another cold front giving us just clouds for Saturday into Sunday. We try to introduce a little bit more sun before a warm front lifts through. This is early Monday morning, starting your work and school week with some snow showers, but that's going to introduce a warming trend, just looking at rainfall as we go closer to midweek. So here's your Union Home Mortgage 10-day outlook, showing those temperatures holding steady, well below average. Teens for today, 20s for Friday, all throughout your weekend. Trending drier for this weekend. Then a warm front giving us some scattered snow for Monday morning, then turning rain and milder for Tuesday and Wednesday. Temperatures nearing 50 by next weekend.
Driving during the winter can be tricky. Snow or ice can make the roads tough to navigate. Our reporters in Virginia and Ohio have the do's and the don'ts for driving in the snow and ways to prep your car ahead of the next storm.
The best advice for winter weather driving: just don't do it. Stay at home if you can. If you can't avoid it, here's what you need to know. Our sources are the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, AAA, and Kelley Blue Book. So these are the top 3 things that you should do. First, keep your distance from other cars on the road. Second, never slam on the gas or the brake pedal, and get your car prepared for whatever happens. That means filling up on gas, checking your tire pressure and tread, and always keep an emergency kit handy. Our sources also weighed in on some common questions around snow driving. First up, should you speed up before you get to a hill? AAA says hitting the gas hard could make your wheels spin and reduce your control over the car. Instead, try and get a little inertia going before you reach the hill and let that carry you up. Next, can children's winter coats make your car seat less safe? The NHTSA says that's true. Puffy coats can lead to loose-fitting harnesses. Instead, dress your child in thinner layers and put blankets or coats on after the harness is secured. And this one is a very common misconception. So Kelley Blue Book says you should actually not put your windshield wipers up before the snow comes. That can damage the springs that keep the wipers flush with the glass. But even if you follow all this advice, you still might find your car slipping on ice. So listen up to this. If you start skidding, take your foot off the gas pedal. Fight that urge to just slam on the brakes and instead tap the brake pedal lightly. And if your car slips to one side or the other, steer your wheel in that direction. All this will help you regain traction and self-correct out of the skid. With your Verify, I'm Kyle Johnson.
Any extreme weather could have a negative effect on your car. Today I spoke to Luke's Auto, who told me there are a few things that you can do to make sure your car runs smoothly in the cold weather.
This is actually showing a weak battery. It should not drop below 10 volts.
It's a busy time for auto shops across central Ohio. Luke Walker, owner of Luke's Auto, says check your tires, fluids, and battery before hitting the road.
Cold weather and really temperature extremes in either direction can often tend to make something that's on the verge of breaking go ahead and break.
This week, they've seen a lot of people for battery issues, noise complaints, and no heat. Sean Knox with Luke's Auto says if you have an electric vehicle, know that the battery might not last in this weather.
Especially EV cars, they won't hold a charge nowhere near as long as a normal car. So a lot of the EV customers we have also notice a reduction in how far they can get before they have to charge your car.
Knox says it's not a bad idea to wait for your car to heat up before driving it. He says don't turn on your wiper blades until they are defrosted. Then he recommends getting your antifreeze checked.
In colder temperatures, if the freeze protection is not right, it could cause overheating issues or actually freeze up and crack the engine block or the radiator. It'd be bad news real quick if it's not correct.
And when the cold weather ends, wash your car.
All the stuff that gets sprayed on the road is highly corrosive. And with us living in Ohio, we see a lot of rusty cars, which could help out just rinse them off, going through the car wash.
And Luke's Auto says there are a couple things you can keep in your car, like this emergency safety kit and a brush, just in case you're in an emergency, then you're prepared for it. Reporting in Columbus, Tara Jabor, 10 TV News.
The National Weather Service says that car emergency kit should include jumper cables, a first aid kit, charger, a flashlight, flares, snacks, and water. And don't forget items to stay warm, like boots, mittens, hats, and a blanket, as well as a snow shovel. Finally, you want to make sure you keep your gas tank full just in case you're stuck on the road longer than you planned. A ton of videos usually pop up on social media this time of year showing hacks to de-ice your car's windshield or clear the snow. And Aaron Sullivan with our station in Michigan put some of those viral claims to the test to see if they really work.
Waking up and scraping ice and snow off your car early in the morning is not an ideal way to start the day. So what if it could be made easier? Social media life hacks show that using everyday household items can help. Some users say you can use items you already have at home, like vinegar, sandwich bags, and rubbing alcohol. So I put some to the test on one of our station cars. I first tested a method using a sandwich bag filled with warm tap water. This hack is for defrosting your car windshield in the morning. I found that the window was so frozen solid that this didn't really work, but I'm sure it could work if there's no ice on your car. Next, if you're running late and need your windshield defrosted quickly, rubbing alcohol can help. I did notice this helped melt the ice just a little bit, but I can't say that this life hack was life-changing. I also attempted to create a DIY de-icer in a spray bottle using 3 parts vinegar to 1 part water. This did help with scraping ice off of the car's windshield, but the smell was extremely overpowering, and I do warn you, if you try this at home, you might inhale some of that vinegar. So I do not recommend. And if you experience icy doors and handles, I know I do in the morning, well, you can put WD-40 on the rubber edges around your door. This is going to help prevent your door from freezing shut. And for door handles, hand sanitizer can help de-ice those handles early in the morning when they're frozen shut. And lastly, put your visors down inside your car to trap warm air when defrosting your car towards your windshield. This is going to help quicken the defrosting up. Overall, I would say these life hacks didn't necessarily make my life easier, but if you want to try it at home, good luck. I hope it works out for you.